Hello everyone, it's me Morty Aldous, here with another video short. I'm here today to talk to you about AT consideration. What exactly is consideration and what are our legal obligations? So what does consideration mean? Let's take a brief look at the law to see what exactly it is asking us to do. Before all you Part C teachers leave, let me assure you that this information will be useful. Part C of IDEA states that assistive technology must be provided in natural environments to the maximum extent appropriate for children ages birth to 3. To do this, you also need to know how to consider AT so that the team can provide appropriate tools. For the sake of this short video, I will be summarizing the laws as they pertain to the IEP. Documentation will be covered in another video and will be broken out for Part C and Part B with more information on laws and documentation. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA, mandates we must consider AT for all students who receive special education services. This includes all students with disabilities, not just those with the most severe disabilities. This consideration and the outcome of that consideration must be documented within every student's IEP. IDEA mandates that schools must consider the use of AT when developing an IEP for students with disabilities. Ideally, this consideration is ongoing, but must be done at least annually. Here is a summary of how IDEA addresses AT. The IEP team must consider whether a student with a disability needs AT devices and services to help them access their education, participate in the general education curriculum, and meet their educational goals. Services, including evaluating, selecting, procuring devices, trialing and training, including teaching and supporting the student in AT device use, must also be documented. On this slide, you'll see the definition of consideration. So what does this mean for us? In short, we are going to really think about this student. What are their needs, strengths, goals, and what we would like them to be able to do? And then think about how AT can assist them with these tasks. So how do we do this? Consideration really starts with the question, how is a student doing in achieving their goals and accessing the general education curriculum? We are going to talk about the student, their strengths, needs, and skills, the tasks they are required to do, and in what environments the student is completing these tasks. If we identify an area where the student has a need, then we consider if this need could be accommodated with AT. Can it help the student meet the goals, complete and participate in academic tasks, be more independent? These are the things that will help us determine an appropriate AT tool to start with. By nature, consideration is a brief process. Ideally, it's ongoing. Staff are having conversations with IEP team members on a regular basis. An OT may chat with the case manager about the student having trouble keeping up with their writing. They may suggest trying some speech to text. This is consideration. Consideration does not have to be a big meeting or anything formal. That being said, there may be times you need to call a team meeting in a situation where the student has more complicated needs. So who is responsible for all this? We all are. Every member of a child's IEP team is responsible for being a part of an ongoing consideration of AT. AT is not something a teacher or case manager is solely responsible for. It should include the parent and guardian and the student whenever possible and appropriate. Include the team in ongoing conversations. If you do this, documentation in the IEP will be a breeze. I went through all this very quickly. Please reference the documents accompanying this video and reach out to me if you should have any further questions. Stay tuned for more videos. The next will focus on documentation in both the IEP and the IFSP. Have a good day.
created using Powtoon.